For anyone still full from the 4th of July cookouts, Jeff?
Yeah?
Still full?
I was reading my question. I don't know what you were saying.
Jeff responded like my students used to when I'd be like, Jeff, it what?
I totally did it. It's on the way. My mom's dropping it off.
Yeah. Well, listen, whoever went all out at a cookout, you got nothing on this year's Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Champ, who, get this, managed to eat 63 hot dogs and buns in 10 minutes. So we're going to chat with Dr. Kohli all about that and more. Dr. Kohli, you're shaking your head. I can't believe this. So
I think she was shaking it at me for not paying attention.
Yours is going to be the finger.
Yes, exactly. So as a cardiologist, what is that really bad for someone to do, even if they eat healthy the rest of the year, or no?
No, it's terrible. I'm horrified that we're still having hot dog eating contests in 2022. It's fun. It's interesting to watch, but from a health perspective, it's probably one of the worst things that we could do. So if you think about it in the acute setting, what you're actually doing, putting a large amount of food into your stomach without chewing it, the risk of choking or the food getting stuck is incredibly high. In fact, we have seen deaths multiple years, year after year, 2014, 2016, from hot dog or corn dog eating contests where food gets stuck, bystanders try to give, Heimlich maneuver, and it's not done fast enough, so they get brain injury. So every hot dog eating contest is now required to have emergency medical technicians present in order to get your food out if it gets stuck. Second, you're dipping the hot dogs in water.
Which is the grossest thing. That's probably the grossest thing you could do to food. Like your wet bread on meat is disgusting.
What if it was ketchup flavored water? Would that make it better?
Then lose and have your dignity of not eating wet bread. That's so gross.
So the bread is like a sponge, to Al's point. Soaks up all that water, puts it in your stomach, so at risk for something called water intoxication or water poisoning, where you drink too much water, dilute out the salt in your blood.
No.
Yes.
Can that happen with bobbing for apples?
Probably.
Maybe it's the 1930s. No one does that anymore.
Wow.
No, Bob, that's really
bob.
gross. That's super gross.
But isn't it hard to breathe?
It's standing water with people dipping their face in it.
Not a bunch of people, my family. Okay,
Did
go
you
ahead.
do that this year, Sam?
Not this year, but I am
Not in the last 20 decades.
I am a fan of bobbing for apples.
So if you compared hot dog eating to bobbing for apples head to head, I probably would favor bobbing for apples.
There.
Just because you're not consuming as much food into your stomach. So they actually take pictures using something called fluoroscopy of your stomach after you eat 63 hot dogs. And your stomach is multiple times the size that it ought to be. So you're actually stretching out the muscles in the wall of the stomach, probably causing permanent damage because your stomach's not going to be able to function the same way and kind of stretch back down. Think of it like a rubber band. The hair tie that you stretch out too much, it never quite goes back to the normal.
That's so sad.
Well, Sam, I want to see if I'm normal. Because I see that the American Heart Association added sleep to their checklist of like the health initiatives. So, I get about 6 realistically. Is that enough?
Not at all, Al. So for adults, they're saying 7 to 9. For kids, it's even more. So it used to be Life Simple 7. You do these 7 things, you're going to prevent a heart attack or stroke. They've now changed it to Life's Essential 8. You do these 8 things, and sleep is the one that they added, and you really reduce your chance of having a heart attack or stroke.
How much? So 7 to 9 a night. How much for kids?
Depends on their age. It can vary, but they can need anywhere from 9 to 14 hours of sleep.
And I, full disclosure, in between the break, like you and I did my health score.
Yes.
How do you do?
Let's take a look at how he did.
It?
Yes.
I'm already this.
So
weird.
over 80 is considered high cardiovascular health. And if you're
that was a C+ student. I'll take it.
So B+.
Seen that before.
B+, because he's at 78.8. Now the average for an American is 62.5. This is a scale of 0 to 100. So if you're over 80, you're considered high. You're in the intermediate range, Al.
Right.
So
he's really close to being high.
He is very close.
At 78 and it's 80.
No, 80 is the good number, right? That's the one you want to get to, or that's the one you don't want to get to?
You want to be above 80.
Yes.
You want to be above 80.
Yeah, that's a big
good
difference.
Job.
Okay.
Yes. But the point here is Al, whom I'm consider very healthy because he exercises every day. He tries to eat right. He's fit. He does his best to get enough sleep. Maybe he could do better. But the idea is you may not know that you're so far from where you need to be unless you do this score.
I had no idea.
I need to do that.
Sam and Jeff.
As opposed to Sam, the death-defying apple bobber.
It's going to affect your score, buddy.
Death-defying.
I dominate.
No one's playing against you because it's gross.
I'll keep score.
Out of time. We appreciate you, Dr.
you,
Kohli,
Doc.
as
Yes,
always,
thank
for
you.
providing all the information.
Sam's a little jealous of my 78.
I'm proud of you, actually. Well done. Well done. If you have a question you would like to, Dr. Kohli to answer, write us on social media or send us an email to info@dailyblastlive.com. We'll be right back.